Hello everybody, this is Detective Daddy from Boston, Massachusetts, and as you can see, we have 3 rolls of nickels, water, Q-tips, and we are missing this. Dum 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 Nicotate. That's right, I'm doing 3 rolls this time instead of 1. I still have 15 more rolls to go. I want to kind of get through these eventually. I know this winter I'll probably have extra time to do them, but right now I feel like doing a couple rolls because I haven't done these in a while. And tomorrow, I definitely will have a couple boxes for the Penny Box Challenge at about 5 o'clock tomorrow night. So make sure you're there on Phil's channel, Bella's dad, aka Phil. Check it out, about 5 p.m. For now, I'm going to go ahead and get these opened. We're going to do probably, I don't know, 15, 20 at a time. Just put them out there, rinse them off, see what we got for dates, and can keep going. I'll be back. Okay, everybody, I just split up the first roll. The other two are still sitting here. These ones here, all 3 have mint marks, but no dates. These ones here have no dates, and I am not sure if there is a mint mark or not. And these ones here, which there are a total of 23, have no mint mark. I know that for sure, but I'm not sure on the dates. So this is the fun stuff that we get to deal with tonight. I'm going to start with these ones first, because we know there's no mint mark on there. On the reverse, you can clearly see there's no mint mark. So we're not going to worry about that. It's going to be just the obverse we're going to deal with. This side is going to be the obverse and reverse. This side's only going to be the obverse, but I separated them because I know they have mint marks. These ones here are all Philadelphias, and they all have dates. I'm going to show you those in just a second. Okay, everybody, just open up the scope. I'm going to take a look at these coins here. I haven't looked at them under the scope. I just looked at them under the loop. Here we have a 1920 Philadelphia. These are one of the 9 that do have dates out of the first roll. 1925 Philadelphia. Another 1920. Another 1920. So far 3 1920s and the 25. 5 to go. Let's take a look. This one here is another 1925. That one there looks like a 25. So 3 to 3. 20 and 25s. That is a 28. That is another 1920. You can clearly see the 0. See if I can't get that just a little clearer. I might actually still nicotate this one. Because that first digit is uncertain. So you know what? I am going to nicotate that one. So we're down to 8 now. I just didn't like how that one looked. And this one here, same thing. So down to 7 then. Okay. So we have 3 20s, 3 25s, and 128 so far. So we have 33 to go. I'm going to break them up into groups, and I'll be back. Okay, these here are going to be the first 9. It's just going to be the obverse, and all I'm going to quickly do, I'll show you guys this real quickly. All I do, take a little bit of nicotate, just dab it on, and that was actually a little too much. Just dab it on there gently, just like so. Whoops, try not to spill it like I just did. There you go, just like that. Let it sit there for 30 to 45 seconds. Then we're going to be dipping it in the water. And the water is, just so you can see it, right here. That's the bowl of water, and I got the Q-tips right here in order to clean them all off with as well. So I'm going to let those sit there for a minute, and I'll be back. Okay, these have been sitting long enough, and as you can see, they're all nice and dark, and that's what you're looking for. You want to make sure that the nicotate turns nice and dark, meaning it's clearing off all that excess metal and dirt. So I'm going to put the camera back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so here we go. The only thing I do with this is take it, give it a little dip just like that, take a Q-tip, and see if I get a date. And this one here is a 1918 Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the next one. I'm only going to do this for this series here. I'm not going to do this every time, because then this would be a 45-minute long video, and I'd probably have more dislikes than likes because it would be so long. This one here is a 1929. All right, Philadelphia. Awesome. Now this one here that I overly dosed big time, unfortunately, and it happens. Does happen. Much as we try not to, it does happen. That is a nice 1917 Philadelphia. I'm going to go ahead and finish these up and be right back. Okay, all these ones are done. You already seen that. And here we have an 18, 24, 18, 19, 20, no date. And this one here, I actually forgot what the date was. 1915. There we go. So that's the first 9. The next I'm going to put up 8 more, and these are the ones that all have no mint marks. They're all Philadelphias. And we'll be right back. The second set is all lined up and ready to go. I'll nicodate them and be right back. Now on these ones here, as you can tell, I actually did the nicodating a lot better. There's not a ton of nicodate on there. You only need enough just for the date, which is pretty much about 2, maybe 3 drops at best, depending on how fast it comes out. If it comes out really fast, you might only need 1. Depends on the bottle, really. But you only need very little, and let me show you what I mean by very little. And even some would say I have too much on there, but that's how we did it for now. So I'm going to let these sit for a minute, rinse them off, give them a cleaning, and I'll be back. Okay, everybody, there are nicodated and clean. Let's take a look, see what we got for dates. Number 1 is a 1917 Philadelphia. 2, 1916 Philadelphia. 3, 1919 Philadelphia. Nice good dates on these. Number 4, 1914 Philadelphia. Very nice. I know a couple of these coming up are going to be tough to see. That one there, I believe, is a 1919 because I can see the outlines of a 9 right there, I believe. Sometimes when they dry off a little bit better, you can see the date better. Last 3. Here we go. This one here is a 1915 with the Ring of Death, which stinks, but hey, at least we got a date off of it. Second last one in this batch, 1918. And the last one is, I would say, 1917. All right, that's at 8. 8 to go. Be right back. Okay, these 8 here are the last of the known Philadelphias. We do have other ones that may or may not have mint marks, and we do have 3 more that do have mint marks. So I'm going to nicodate these, clean them, and I'll be right back. Those last 8 are known Philadelphias are nicodated. We're going to go ahead and let them sit for a bit, and we'll be back. Okay, everybody, while those are settling in, I decided to check the one that had no mint mark or no date on it, and I do see a date on there. Look at that. That is actually a 1919. So far, we've gotten dates off of all of them. How awesome is that? Be right back. Okay, everybody, the last 8 Philadelphias have been done. Let's take a look. Here we have a 1917, followed by a 19. Hopefully you guys can see that. That is a 1919. See if I can show it to you guys here. You have the 1 right here and the 9 right there. See if I tip it up, you can see it just a little bit better. Actually, almost seeing a 5 or a 3 in there. So we turn that just a bit. Actually, it is a 3 right here. That was not a 19. That is a 1913. Okay. 7 to go in this batch. This one here, again, another 1913. See if I can get that so you guys can see it. These are very hard to see. This right here is the 3. Okay, 2 13s and a 17. Let's take a look. Hopefully they get better. That one is a 1914, followed by a 1916, I believe. Let's see if we can get the lighting on this. Yes. You can see it right here is the 6. A possible 5, actually. So we can get that angle just a little bit. Sometimes you got to play with the light just to get, no, actually, wow. Again, these 13s are tough. Right there, 1913. My goodness. Yikes. And that one there is a 1915, I believe. Hope it's not another 1913. You're looking silly here. I do believe that is a 13. Right here, again, Wow, lots of 1913s in this batch. Last two to go here. Let's see what we got. That is a 1917, followed by a 1918. Okay, for these 8 here, these 3 we already know have mint marks. I do got the Buffalo side up first. And that's because these 5 here, I don't know if they have mint marks or not, so I'm going to nicodate the reverse of these, see if there's a mint mark, then flip them all over and do them all at once. Be right back. Okay, now as you can see right here, let me show you this. All I did was try doing the smallest dot possible, like this one here. Way too much. Still too much. That one is a little bit better. And then those 2 right there. The top 3 don't because we know they have mint marks. We'll be back. Okay, let's see if we got any mint marks. Here we go. First of 5. Let's take a look. That is definitely a Philadelphia, followed by a Philadelphia. Let's see, 3 to go. Do we get any? Philadelphia. 2. Philadelphia with damage. And the last one is a yikes. I'm going to have to go with Philadelphia because the mark that is right here is below the V and the E, and the mint mark would be right in here. So all 5 of those turned out to be Philadelphias. We're going to flip these over. Let me show you real quick. We're going to flip all these over, nicodate the dates, and see what we get. All 8 have been nickedated. Let's let them soak and see what we get. Okay, now if you remember, these 3 right here all have mint marks. These 5 do not. So we're going to start with the bottom one here, and we're going to go like this, and we'll be right back. I'll put you on screen. Okay, these I have not looked at either, so let's take a look together. Here we go. This one here, 1918, Philadelphia. Next one up, 1920, Philadelphia. I got tons of 1920s. This one here is another 1913. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can, so I'm assuming you can. Hopefully. Let me know in the comments down below if you can or not. Let's see, another one here, 1916. Again, another group I have tons of. And we have a 1915. Very hard to say. Nope, that's actually a 13. Again, these 13s are tricking me. Okay, these 3 have the mint marks. Let's see if we got a date first. Yikes. No date with a Denver mint mark. Might nicodate that again to see if we can get a date. Second one is a 1913 San Francisco. And I'm thinking that's a type 2. You guys got to tell me on that because I can never figure out type 1s and type 2s to save my life. And the last one is a 1917 Denver. So that's it for that whole roll. I've already sorted most of the next roll. We'll be back. Okay, this is the one that I just re-nickedated, and it's the one with the Denver mint mark, and we were able to get a date off it doing it twice. So hopefully you guys can see. It's 1917 D in G full condition. Because this is nickedated, it would be an AG coin at best. It's an AG coin anyway. It's an $18 coin. If I got $3-4 for it, I'd be quite pleased. But that's it for those 40. We were able to get dates off of all of them. We're going to start the next 40, and we'll be back. Next 40's all been split up. These 2 here have mint marks. These, I think there's 3 or 4 there. I have to do both sides. And these 3 stacks here are all Philadelphias. These ones here all have mint marks. I'm going to show them to you real quick, and we'll be right back. Okay, let's take a quick look at these 11. This is awesome. 1927. You know, I don't even know if I looked to see if they had mint marks. I didn't. So maybe we might have to do some with just mint marks. This one here is a 23. Philadelphia. I was just so excited to see so many dates. 26 that I forgot to check the mint marks. Philadelphia. This one here is a 1923. Philadelphia. It is a 1928 Philadelphia, followed by a 27 Philadelphia. Then we have a 25 Philadelphia and a 24. Hopefully you guys can see that. The 4 is literally right here. You can only make out part of it, but I'm not liquidating it because I'm positive that that is a 4. Do we have a mint mark? I do not see a mint mark. 3 to go. This one here is a 1914. You can see the 1 and the 4. To me, that's good enough for a date. 2 to go. Of these, here we go, 1920. Philadelphia. And the last one with the date is a 1927 Denver. All right, cool. So we got one with the mint mark. So I'm going to set these up, liquidate them, and we'll be right back. Okay, the first 8 in the second roll have already been liquidated. I just got to give them a quick wipe with a clean Q-tip, and then we'll take a look at them on the scope. Okay, I haven't looked at the dates yet. Let's see what we got. First one up is a 1913. Think you guys should be able to see that one. Second one. That one there is, a little bit. That's a 1919. You can see the 9 and the 9 right there. Okay. 2, good. Let's see here. 1915. That came out really nice. Wish they all came out that nice. Next one. Yikes. Ooh. That is a 1920. Sure if you guys can see it. Point it out to you real quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna get back in there. There we go. Hopefully you can see it there. We got the 2 here in the 0. There you go. And we got 4 to go. Let's take a look. That is a 1917. 3 to go. 1915. All right. 1919 again. And a 1926. One of the oldest ones we got so far. Haven't got any from the 30s yet. We're going to set up the next round. Be right back. Okay, this 7 is the second to last stack of Philadelphias that I know I have in this here. I'm going to liquidate these and be right back. Okay, these 7 are all set. We're going to go ahead and take a look under the scope. Okay, I have not looked at any of the dates. Let's see what we got. First one up, 1921 Philadelphia. Awesome date. Don't see that too often at all. This one here is a, yikes, 1918. All right. We got a date again. Awesome. Next one up, 1916. These are all Philadelphias, guys. All Philadelphias. Another 1918, followed by a 1917. All right. 1914. All right. And 1916. That's it for that 7. 7 more Philadelphias to go. We'll be right back. Okay, those 7 have been liquidated, rinsed, and dried. Let's see what we got. First one up, 1916. Next one up is a 1919. And these again are all Philadelphias. Take a look here. 1920. All right. 5 to go from the Phillies. Yikes. Uh-oh. Do we have our first? I believe I see a 1916, possible 13. Might have to liquidate that one again. It worked once before. Let's see what we got here. 1919. 3 to go. 19. Yikes. 17. Looks like some severe damage there. Almost looks like double lettering on there or something. I can see the 7, but then I almost see a 6. Pretty sure it's a 17. 2 to go. 17. All right, last one for the Phillies. Let's take a look. Another 17. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do the last 6. 2 have mint marks. The other 4 we don't know. Be right back. Okay, everybody, these 2 here we know have mint marks. These 4 we're not sure on, so I'm going to liquidate the reverse, then flip them all over and do the other side. Be right back. Okay, the reverse on these had no mint marks. We're going to go ahead and liquidate the obverses and be right back. Okay, here we go. The last 6 of roll number 2. I've already sorted most of roll number 3 already. We're going to take a look at the dates and see what we got from mint marks. Here we go. These 4. This is the ones that weren't sure if they had mint marks or not, but that is a 1917 in Philadelphia. Make sure you can see that. Philadelphia. Next one up, 1919, Philadelphia. This one here is a 1913. Very hard to see, but it is there. And again, guys, if you can tell me about the Type 1 and Type 2. I don't know if that's Type 1 or Type 2. But Philadelphia, either way. And this one here is a yikes. I want to say I see a 5 in there, but it's very hard. See if I can hold this just right so I can show you with the pen. What I'm seeing is right here. That is, I can't tell the second digit though. So I don't know if that's a 25, 35. I want to say it's a 15. This looks like a 1 right there. So I'm going to call that a 1915. And now these two here, and as far as mint mark, let's take a look. It's the last one for that. And like I said, no mint marks on any of those. But the last two, let's take a look. Only ones in this batch that had a mint mark. Oh gosh. Yikes. That is a 17. So we do have a date. 17 Denver. And the last one for this roll is a yikes. 13. Okay. Another 13. And, uh-oh, I know, oh, it's right down in there. Denver, 1913 Denver, and I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that is a, oops, wrong area, Type 1. Please let me know on that. I'm still trying to figure that part out. Gonna set up the next 40, and we'll be right back. Okay, everybody, the last 40 are all laid out. This one back here was the no date, the one that I couldn't find a date on. This is awesome. These two here have dates and mint marks. These ones over here, I believe there's 9 of them, so 11 more with dates on them. That brings a total of 29 out of 120, almost 25%, which is great. This stack here, there is, I want to say 7. Yep, 7 of them there that have mint marks. Just need to find out the date. These ones here, so that gives us 9 with mint marks, almost 25% of the roll. We got 4 there that might have mint marks. If one of those has a mint mark, we'll have 25% of this roll have mint marks. And this 21 right here are all just Philadelphias. Gonna go ahead and do the Philadelphias first. Be right back. As this video is already over 20 minutes long, these are all the Philadelphias. Or actually half of them, excuse me. There's 11 here and there's 10 more for the next stack. So it's gonna be 3 pieces to this part and that's gonna be it. Trying to condense it a little bit more. It's been a very long video. Let's see what we got. Okay, here goes the first 11. Let's take a look, see what we got. We got a 1916 Philadelphia. These are all Philadelphias, guys. All Philadelphias. And a 1914. And a 1924. Gotta love the 20s. Don't see enough of them. Like to see some 30s sometimes, too. Haven't seen those in a long time. In this one here, do we have a no date number 2? Might have to re-nicodate that, see if we can get anything. On the other one, I did re-nicodate it and still didn't get a date. But here we go, 1925. All right. So I'll try re-nicodating that other one there and see what we get. 1915. And, ooh, I want to say that is definitely a 1913 Philadelphia. Let's take a look at the back. You guys can tell me what I'm missing here as far as what is and what is not a Type 1 or Type 2. Please tell me. I have tried looking it up and I just can't figure it out for the life of me. 1916. We got 3 to go here. Let's take a look. 1916 again. And a 1914. All right. Last one for this batch. 1916. Okay, I'm going to re-nicodate the other one and let you know what I find. Okay, here goes the coin that I re-nicodated, which I want to say, hope I can get the lighting just right, because I did see a 13 on here. I can see the bottom of it there, but it should be literally, here's the bottom of it, the up and right there in the 1. And as far as the reverse, again, guys, tell me, Type 1, Type 2, I don't know. But that is it for that. We're going to go ahead and get down to the second roll. Or actually, we're still on the third roll, excuse me. Finish up the rest of Philadelphia's and we'll be back. Okay, the last of the Philadelphia's have been done. Let's take a look at what we got for dates. First one up is 1917 with the Ring of Death on it. Next one, 1917 again. No Ring of Death. That's good. Next up, 1915. All right. It just looks a little bit, man, that's beat up, but we still got a date. All right. Take a look. 1925. Good like the 20s. That is for sure. 1916. I don't know how many of those now. Lots of them. Yikes. And that is a 1919. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. These are all Philadelphia's. 1913. It's faint, but it is there. I can see it. Hopefully you guys can too. Let me know in the comments below if you can see all these different dates. Again, another 1913. I'm not showing the reverses right now. I know they're all Philadelphia's. 17. I know on the 13s I should, but I don't know. I'm just trying to speed it up a bit. And 17. So far, once again, we're doing good on the dates. Those are all set. We'll be right back. Okay, everybody, just back that up. This 11 right here, the top 7 right here, all have mint marks. These 4 don't. I'm going to do the reverses, then flip these 4 over and do all 11 obverses, and I'll let you know what we find. Okay, but he just did the reverses, and I checked them real quickly, and we finally have a couple that have mint marks. Look at this. That right there is a Denver. And hopefully you can see it. It is literally right here. It is a Denver, which is awesome. And the next one is also a Denver. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me just hold it up so you can see the letter in there. Just a little bit. So 2 Denvers out of all those that we didn't have mint marks on. Be right back after I do all the obverses. Okay, these 2 here have the mint marks as well as those 4 up there. So half of these actually have mint marks. We did really good at mint marks in this batch here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the dates, and we're going to take a look at the mint marks in the back of those since I haven't shown those to you yet. So be right back. Okay, here we go. Starting off with the ones I know are Phillies. Here we go, 1916, Philadelphia. And then we have let's take a look. Uh-oh. Eeks. Having a little trouble with that one. Might have to re-nicodate it. I'm not seeing enough on there. I don't know. I think we might have our second no date out of 3 rolls, which is absolutely amazing. Usually I get like 1 or 2 a roll. That is a 1916. And this one here is a Denver. Right down there, you can see that mint mark. Oh, make sure you get it in the screen there. There we go. So that was a Denver. This one here is a 1920 Denver. So those 4 there were the ones that I weren't sure about the mint mark. The next 7 all have mint marks. So we got a 26, and it is a Denver. 26 Denver, followed by a 1920 Denver. All right. And this one here is a 1915 Denver. All right, 4 to go. This one here is a 1913. And that is a Denver. Again, guys, help me figure out type 1, type 2 on these. In 1917. And that is a Denver. Looks like all these are Denver so far. Then we have a 1916. And that one there is a San Francisco. The reason I know it's a San Francisco is on the D, you'll have a flat edge right here. And this does not. You can see where it curves. That's the bottom of the S, and it curves up, and there's the top part right there. That is a San Francisco. Last one coming up. Let's see what we got. This one here is 1935. Wow, finally one from the 30s. And it is a Denver, I believe. This one here, yes, that is a Denver. If I hold it just, let me get it just right here, sorry. A little bit flatter. You can see, let's just go flat. That right there and that flat part right there is what's telling me that this is definitely a Denver. That flat edge right there. If you looked on the previous one, that was curved. So a 35 Denver. All right. That is it for this one here. We just did 120 no-date Buffalo nickels. And actually, we got to look at one more. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, this is the very last one. I have looked and looked and looked. I think I see a 25. I think I see a 20. I think I see a 26. I know it's a 1920 something, but I guess out of 100, and it's actually 22 Buffalo nickels. I guess one of the last roll there maybe might have had a couple extra. We have 2 no dates, so 120 with dates, 2 with no dates. Not bad at all as far as nickodating Buffalo nickels that we couldn't see the first time. We got 2 out of 4. That is extremely high. Usually it's like 1 out of 4. So that's awesome. This was a lot of fun. I know this video is getting very long. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, happy hunting.